Okay, good morning, folks. It's still pretty dark. It's like 6:45 though, and I think it did freeze last night. It got pretty cold. There's frost everywhere. But time to get going. So here we go. I can feel the breeze. Pretty chilly. I'll swing around and show you. Yeah, so you can see a little, I don't know if you can see the frost there. I checked the temperature and it does look like it's around 32. See frost on the log there. But it must still be pretty cloudy because it's still pretty dark. So I'm gonna have to break camp and see what's going on. Yeah, so you can see the ice. Frozen. Yeah, it's still, I guess the sun's coming up, but the moon's actually still up there too. Still dark at almost 7 o'clock. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a day. Okay, so camp is packed up, kit's ready to go, but put on my rain gear and couple insulation layers, but not everything because I'm gonna start hiking and I gotta get going. Let's see, so it is 7:50, but as you can see, it's sort of started snowing. It's like a slushy snow. And so I need to get up on the ridge and then over and then down on the ridge before it gets too bad and get this day going. I think it's about 7.5 miles or so. I'll put it on text if that's wrong. But a lot of that's getting down to the lake and then getting back to the trailhead. So should be okay. It's not sticking. You know, it might need to watch some of the footfalls because of this. I think it'll burn off a bit, and also probably the worst of it will be after I'm down off of the ridge. Klahhane, I think is how you say that. I hope. I'll look that up too. Let's get some water and get going. Oh, and also you can see all the ice that came off of the tarp. So luckily, I had the tarp, even though it didn't rain after that early evening rain. It never rained again. That ice would have been on top of me. So it definitely was snowing quite a bit more just a bit ago, but as I start filming, it stops. I came up from down there, and we're going to be going around there. Again, it's not a heavy snow, so I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, it's more snow than I had anticipated, but we're almost to the saddle, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so this is a nice little park up here near the saddle. As you can see, I think we're just about there. You can see the peaks through the mist. Still a little bit of snow coming down, but it's more slushy, so I don't think any of this is going to really stick. It's a little chilly though, but last time I was up here, it was sunny and bright. So this is a nice change. Onward. Look at this, coming up over the saddle. Sorry about the wind. It's probably, you can barely hear me. There's a trail that goes up to a peak over there. I did that last time, I forget what it's called. I'll put it in text, but we're above the tree line here, almost. And then we're gonna be going around there. But, whew, pretty cool. Sorry about the wind. There's the trail. See you soon. Yes, I remember this now. This side. We only have to go a little ways to the saddle, right there. But it does mean going down this pretty rocky trail and then going along that ridge over to that. So, and this is the wind side, so I'm sure the wind is terrible. Maybe you can't even hear me. But it's pretty cold as well. But it stopped snowing at least. But I think once we get on the other side, the wind should die down, so it won't take too long. But here we go, down there. Yikes. Okay, we made it down the little bit treacherous. Wouldn't be too bad of a fall, and now we kind of head into the forest a little bit on the side of this mountain, and then back up. But the wind's died down and it's not even snowing anymore, so we're a little bit lower maybe. So yeah, I'm not too worried. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so you can see the trail down there. We got to go up to that saddle there on the left. But I'd forgotten how beautiful this whole section is. Let me switch around. So yeah, that's actually Mount Angeles up there in the fog and the clouds, so we can't actually see it, and it looks like the sun's actually trying to come through in some spots, so maybe we get lucky there. But it's actually kind of fun to be hiking in these conditions. But these cliff sides are just so cool. So yeah, we kind of have to meander our way along this cliff and then up and around there. This is one of the things that I remember loving about this side of the trail, this loop. this isn't Klahhane Ridge yet, but coming around this side, normally we'd see Mount Angeles right there, but just these rock formations and cliffs are just so cool. And then this trail is just kind of along, you know, the base of them. So highly recommended, and you get a view over here that you wouldn't normally see, I think, as well. So yeah, it's a great loop. And now that we're over here on this side, great view of that little saddle gap that we came around, right there. And then the trail, and then this valley here. You can actually see Juan de Fuca here. And that leads out to the Pacific Ocean. And then, yeah, the mist around the bend here. A little precarious of a trail here, so be careful. And right over there in the trees there, last time I was here I saw a bear, but I anticipate not seeing one this time. But yeah, we just have to go around this bend and we go up to that saddle there. A little bit more wind picking up, but you can see the trail kind of climbing up there. And then just this amazing valley here. So you can see the trail there. And it's a lot of going through and around rocks, and it's a pretty cool trail. But it's yeah, a little bit tricky too. It's a great rock formation nearby. Yeah, but I think I saw that bear right over there last time, or maybe at the top. I think the trail just goes straight up there, and then we'll be there. Okay, so yeah, I was wrong. There's a couple more bends on the trail before you get to the ascent, but the trail is right there that goes up, and we're going to be heading up there next. Not much of a trail, it'll do. And let me switch around. That's the hillside that I saw the bear on last time. But I don't see any activity over there. But down there, it's super cool to see all the fall colors coming in with all the evergreens. It's just throughout the whole hike. It's just incredible to have that variety. And then that should be the saddle right up there. I keep saying that, but where that mist is, that little pointy rock. So let's head over there. I think the wind's going to pick back up once we're over there, though. Yeah, that's a little precarious of a trail. Kind of goes straight down there, but I wanted to show you the red rock that's combined with the other rocks, and I guess they'd call it conglomerate. I don't know, but there's a really cool section here right next to me. So I don't know what it is, even though I took geology in college, but pretty cool. Looks like maybe there's even some quartz in there. Anyway, the trail goes on. I see just some amazing yellows and reds and golds on either side of the trail. You just never see this the rest of the year. Amazing color there. So we've hit some switchbacks, not too many. that is going to lead up to the saddle there. Wind's picking up, it's starting to snow a little bit, and it's real foggy, so it's going to be cold up there. Let's get going. Whew, we made it to the other saddle. And now we have to go down there. Super misty though. Irony. I took you on this trek to see this valley and the ridge. Klahhane Ridge is over there. But that won't be for this time. Super exciting though, still. The wind's not too bad right now. I think I'm gonna grab a snack. Okay, so we're heading down there. You can see some of the trail switchbacks. It looks fine. It's definitely steep, but unfortunately Klahhane is over there. So it goes down and around and then heads over that direction. So it's getting chilly and it's pretty foggy, so I want to keep trekking. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the descent here, and then I'll see you soon. Yikes. Yeah, see, the switchbacks go down and then they cross over. Oh, there's some deer. All right. So eventually we're going to go across that ridge there and down, I think around the other side there to the lake. And then this goes straight over there and then hits the ridge up top. A little bit of deer down there. A nice park down there too. You can see the golds and the mist moving in. I'll leave you with this. Just wanted to show these spooky, misty peaks above me. Very autumny. It's pretty cold and windy on this side. There's still a little bit of snow, but it's kind of a straight shot over. It came from over there. And then we're going to be going down there on the other side. So try not to stop too much as the snow is hitting me in the face because it's so cold. I want to keep moving. So there's the trail there. Okay, I think we're almost to the ridge. You can just see it in the mist. The ridge cut off there. It should start going, over that direction. But yeah, sorry about the mist. I knew there was going to be some rain, but no views. What I think I might do is I'll cut in some of the views from my last time I did this trip, either photos or videos if I have them, and I'll edit them in so you can see this valley without the fog. But yeah, we're getting to the ridge there. Klahhane Ridge. Talk to you soon. Well, the wind's probably pretty bad. Welcome to Klahhane Ridge. There's the sign, switchback trail back to the visitor center. We're going to Lake Angeles, and we just came from Heather Park there. The views are completely socked in. We're on the ridge here, right here, but I think we will literally see nothing along this strip, although it has been an adventure. Look at the mist pouring over. I won't film for too long because of the wind, but you can see the snowfall a little bit sticking down on that north side there. But yeah, this way to the lake, and you know, this leg is done. You can't see where we came from, but along the side of the mountain there in that mist. So yeah, let's get going while it's not snowing. So the funny thing about this side of the ridge is normally the views look toward Hurricane Ridge and the Olympics and stuff. And you can see, I think you can even see the road that goes up to Hurricane Ridge, the visitor center. So it's actually normally pretty nice. Again, I'll try to edit in some photos of that from this direction. So sorry about the fog and the storm, but it's exciting nonetheless. A little bit of a different way to experience the ridge. See the trail over there. Trust me, folks, this is a really cool ridge if it wasn't surrounded by clouds and fog. Definitely check it out though in the summertime. Totally worth it, but also pretty cool in the wintertime. You can see another part of the ridge in the far distance there in the mist. Spooky. Wow, look at this. Port Angeles down there. Cleared up for a second. You saw it, right? So you can see the other ridge that I believe that was the trail to get up to Heather, if you can see that in the foggy distance there. But this little lookout here, I think I have a picture from the last time I was here, so I'll cut it in here and show you this should be looking in the direction of that saddle where we came down to cross over to Klahhane Ridge, that pretty treacherous one. So I'll try to edit it in if I have it. So you can see the road from the gate to the visitor center there. Snow on it. I wonder if they closed the gate due to the storm. Doesn't look like anyone's driven on it. Anyway, fog cleared a little bit. Wanted you to see the road. And of course it goes over that way normally. Wow, look at this park here. All turned orange. You can see Port Angeles in the distance. And a little bit of a landslide there, but looks like the trail turns left and starts heading down. So I think that this might be the downward section to the lake. But yeah, I just wanted you to see that amazing grass down there. Okay, so there's, sorry about the wind, Port Angeles, Canada, straight to Juan de Fuca. This trail goes down to the lake. I think the lake is right over that ridge right there, right in front of me. Just can't see it from this angle. But yeah, we're in the home stretch. Saw three or four groups actually coming up. I heard from one of them that there were quite a few campers at the lake last night, so that's why I went to Heather Park, to avoid that. And they're probably all leaving this morning to go probably do the loop, I don't know, or maybe go onward. All right, speaking of which, let's go. Well, speak of the devil, there's Lake Angeles down there. So we'll be going around, I think, the left side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then that trail then leads back down to the trailhead. And then you can see Squim over there too. And that's, I think those are the San Juan Islands over that way in the distance. So pretty good views up here. Look at these rocks though too. So cool. This area is really neat. Also, I wanted to show, so you can see the cloud line there that we came out of. So we were up in that. That's why we couldn't see anything. Those are those peaks over above Heather. Heather is basically between those two trees right there, Heather Park. So that's where we slept last night. So we're now on the other side of that. And here you can see a much better view of the lake. I forgot that there's an island. It's a pretty nice little lake. There's Squim over there, Heather Park over there. And we worked our way through up that ridge there yesterday. But this is a pretty nice trail down to the lake. So we're not far, as you can see. Cool rock formation coming down to the lake. Yeah, it's actually a nice trail coming down subalpine. Kind of steep and gravelly, but quite nice, especially in the rain. The sun is trying to peek through, not succeeding yet. And the sun is out. Some blue sky. Probably not for long, but a little bit. Still windy. A little bit of rain. Also, I do remember from the first time doing this trail, I was glad I came down this way rather than going up. So if you are considering this loop, I would go the same direction. Go up to Heather and then around and then down to the lake. It's very steep, and I just remember thinking, glad I'm going down this direction. So it's an FYI, but mainly the sun. Wow, look at those cliffs. Amazing, but look at this. Great view of the lake. So you can see the trail down there. I think we're almost to the lake. And I think the stretch to the trailhead is the home stretch. Beautiful spot here though. I don't think it's a swimming day. Oh, we made it to the bottom, folks. The ridge up there. I'm gonna head to the lake just to get closer to it, but the trail back is that way. Let's go check out the lake. We did it. Okay, squirrel. Okay, so there's people around, so I'm trying to be quiet, but the first time that I came here, I went up to Heather and did almost the full loop in the first day and ended up at the lake at night. And I came in at dark and it was pretty full. Camping was pretty full. So I just literally just, threw my pad down in my sleeping bag just over there, almost like in a fire pit, and went to bed. So I'm actually happy I did it this way this time. I went to Heather Park yesterday, and then the rest of the loop to here today. I definitely can do it that way, but the lake's super busy as far as camping goes because it's so close to the park entrance. So you definitely need to plan ahead for that if you're going to camp here. But I really enjoyed camping at Heather and then coming here doing this the second day. But you can see the island over there. It's quite a big lake too, compared to a lot of the other lakes in the park. It's probably why it's so popular. Okay, well, let's head back to the trailhead. Okay, I forgot to actually also talk about the fire and the burn ban. Thanks to one of the commenters who mentioned that the alcohol stoves are not legal during a burn ban, which I did not know. Full disclosure. Guess, so I checked, I double checked with the Wilderness Information Desk, and they confirmed, yeah, alcohol stoves are not permitted during a burn ban because they don't have a valve that you can turn off. They're just, the alcohol stove like you've seen. You can blow them out, but you can't, you can't turn them off per se. So that makes sense. So thank you for commenting on that and letting me know. I feel like after years of years of hiking in Olympic and hundreds of miles, I don't think I've ever backpacked in Olympic during a burn ban. I could be wrong on that. So I didn't even, the rules don't explicitly say no alcohol stoves, but it's kind of implied. So that's why I double checked with the Wilderness Desk. So thank you for that comment. Please keep other comments like that coming. I'm always up for learning more stuff. And yeah, the Bear Gulch fire, which has been going on for months now in the park, the east side of the park, I don't think it's out yet. They were, I believe, letting it burn, so it's still going. But with the rainy season now, maybe it'll be better. But yeah, that's why the burn ban was happening. No alcohol stoves. That's why I went stoveless this time. Just made some sandwiches and brought some stuff, and then my pack was way lighter. All right, well, I just wanted to cover that. Thanks. Ooh, okay. We're back in the car, folks, at the trailhead. That was an adventure. Sorry about the views up top, but I will cut in some footage and photos from my previous trip there so you can see the views of that section. Still an amazing ridge. I'm glad I got to do it in the rain and snow. It was pretty fun. It was an adventure for sure. The front country section coming from the lake to the trailhead is much longer than I remember it being. Beautiful forest and some nice rainforesty sections too. I missed 2 weeks, I think, since I started the channel. I missed a week in September and a week in October. And with winter coming up, I don't know if I'm going to be able to maintain a weekly cadence. Obviously, we got the first snow. Probably the first snow for Olympic. And we were in it. So that's fun. So the first snows happen, which means, yeah, it'll be harder and harder to get out there. We could do some low elevation trips, I guess. So I'll keep you posted, but yeah, things might slow down a little bit for the winter season. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe and, hit the notifications and all that stuff. Appreciate you watching me go on this journey. Bye.